Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Andrea.
Welcome back to Nerd News Today, and today we've got another statue review for you guys to look at.
Today, from Diamond Select, we have the Avengers Endgame Gallery Diorama Captain America.
That's right, this is another PVC Diorama statue. We've been looking at a bunch from Endgame recently, and now we've got the worthy Captain America.
AKA America's ass.
Indeed, yes, which, well, we'll see later. I guess we'll take a look at it. Right now we can't, although we should know, if we're looking at this box real quick, we do get the typical views on the side and the top, but we can't see him from behind. You gotta open up the box to see America's ass.
Well, yeah, of course.
You gotta earn that ass.
Mm-hmm. Typical awesome diamond packaging, that way you get to look at it from almost every angle, and that way it makes a good collector's piece inside. But I do want to mention one thing. There's a fun little bio on the back, and just the opening line, it just tickles me funny.
It does.
It does. It says, "Born with the will to carry on, Steve Rogers will do just that when he finds himself called into action to complete a mission with the universe's entire existence on the line."
A little melodramatic there, Cap.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta say too, it's like, that's kind of broad in general, considering that this is a pretty key moment for the statue, but we'll talk about that once we get it out of the box. But we know that you're not here to see what it looks like in the box, you're here to see it out of the box. So why don't we go ahead and take this out of the package and give you a look at it from all angles.
Yes. Let's bring on the booty. What? It's America's ass. And we're back, and Captain America is out of the box.
And check him out. This is, last time I looked at Captain America, it was the Infinity War version, which was him without a mask. It was basically his Wakanda shield that he had. He didn't have his shield at that point.
Yeah.
It was very different looking from this one. This one here, we got him back in his full battle outfit. And I gotta say, this one for me, it's a much improved piece.
I agree. I really like him in this suit. I love the detailing that I'm seeing all around. We'll get to that in a moment. And quite frankly, I'm really loving that. He looks less like Chris Evans and more like Channing Tatum.
Yeah, because that was a big criticism we had of the other piece, was the head sculpt. It was definitely a head, but it was not Chris Evans. Whether it was a likeness rights issue or whatever it could have been, because it could be likeness rights, for all we know. But in this case, it definitely looks more like someone. It's just not the right someone.
No.
But we're close, and I'm okay with that. I'll take it.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. While acting-wise, I don't think he could do the same job that Chris Evans has done, I'm kind of digging the Channing Tatum-esque vibe here.
I'll take it. If they couldn't get the rights to do Chris Evans' face, then they were able to sneak in Channing Tatum, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, really.
Win-win.
I'm kind of surprised. Even the coloring. Well, let's move on before I get a little too happy about that.
Well, let's talk about the pose here, which is a very heroic pose. This is the worthy Captain America pose when he first gets Mjolnir in his hands.
This is the pose that caused theaters to erupt.
Yeah, even when we saw it, which was not, opening day or even opening week, I think.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
This was definitely one of the highlight moments of the entire movie. Everyone's like, I knew it! We were with Thor on that one.
Oh, yeah.
We were with him on that.
So it's a really great pose, but the one thing that is missing is actually his shield.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I guess it could have been overkill, but when I got this, I really wanted to get him with the shield, because I wanted the whole ensemble. Like when Hasbro did their Marvel Legends figure of him, when he became worthy Captain America, it came with the hammer and the shield. So I feel like if you've got Captain America, I think it needs to have the shield. For me, it doesn't. It's not like I think that's going to make me not want to buy this, but I think missing the shield was another very big missed opportunity.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with you to some extent. I'm kind of okay with not having the shield, just because I love this pose. I love that the focus is on him and the hammer. And the fact is, when you think Captain America, you automatically think of the shield. The shield is there. So in some ways, yes, it makes sense. But on the other hand, this is so different that I kind of like not having the shield there.
I'm okay with it, just the fact that we've had 2 movie caps in a row where he doesn't have the shield.
Okay, true. To be fair, that is very, very true, and I'll give you that one. This would have been the one that you could have him have the shield, or maybe even have the shield on the ground, or something something to represent the shield in some way.
Keeping in mind, this will be most likely the last Chris Evans Cap statue we get from Diamond for who knows how long.
Unless we get Old Man Cap, and that would be hilarious.
Which probably won't happen, but it could. But yeah, so they have this statue, which again is really great looking, but to miss the shield, and this be essentially his finale, that kind of sucks. That hurts.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But it is him moving on with the hammer.
Let's break this down from the artistic viewpoint now. Now, why this thing works so well, especially, is because we're forming our nice little V shape here, which is triangle is one of the more powerful shapes in art. Is the powerful shape in art.
Yeah.
And so we've got the perfect triangle going on here. Like this completely has that going on. The eye is directed here. We flow down here. It's, design-wise, this is 100% beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely love the line work on it. Like you can see the lines that were formed.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's
very
just
dynamic.
really cool.
But let's talk on that same note of design. Let's talk about paint. And I like this paint job a lot.
For me, I look at it as paint and texture kind of together, because you can have a great paint job, but if the rest of it is kind of flat, then it's going to come out flat. Because if you look at his mask and, whatever we're going to call that, the
Helmet.
Yeah, well, it's not really a helmet.
It's both.
Yeah, well, you get his face protector, for lack of a better word. It's so smooth. It's got the little bit of stuff there, but it looks cool, but it's just it's a little dull. The paint is nice and the color, but then you go over to the sleeves and you have the paint job, like you have the dirt and the grime and the folds, which are really highlighted well with the paint job. And it's just like, ooh, it helps bring it more to life.
One of the things that I also really like about this cap on that note of paint is that he's got different types of blue. So, you can see on the pants and the sleeves, it's like a certain shade. Whereas we have the shoulder pads and the chest plate here, that's like a shinier, glimmering blue, which I really like.
And again, they did it because they were adding texture to it as well, because it's the same pattern in the shoulders as well in the chest.
Yes, same material.
Yeah, same material.
So differentiating the material by using the paint and that kind of thing. So
yeah,
it works out very nicely.
I really like how they're doing that. It's such a great use of the paint and the texture.
Yeah.
And I really love what's happening over here. I cannot pronounce the name of the hammer, I know. So we're just going to call it the hammer.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, I'm not
a
even...
show off.
Mew Mew.
Okay.
We're going to call it Mew Mew. But I just love how you have that little bit of detailing over on the edges, too. Again, texture and detail.
It's a nice hammer.
It's a really nice hammer.
And what's also better, too, if you think this is from storytelling perspective, based on how this hammer bit on the end is like picking up, he basically has just literally lifted it right now. It's still, so it's really, in a real action-packed moment. Which is pretty, for a pose like this, you wouldn't necessarily think it's like the most action-packed, but
no,
this little guy there actually gives a pretty big hint to the energy that's in this piece.
That's one of the best things about it, is the fact that you can feel the energy in it.
Yeah.
I think I think you're covering it well. It's like, it's the energy. This has it. Some of the other stuff that we've looked at has been really cool. Some of it's been dynamic, but I don't know if it's necessarily captured the energy of the moment.
Yeah.
And I think this one really does nail it.
I'd say this one, and I'd even go as far as to say the Endgame Hulk.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
We got it. So these two really nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree with you on that.
Now, as for the base, it's just a rocky plateau, but, it's also because it doesn't want to really distract from what we're looking at here. Most of the base on the PVC dioramas are not that detailed.
No.
They just basically have a little bit of a landscape. That's what's going on here. But it's got a nice paint job as well. It looks good, and it fits.
Yeah, but also one of the things I like about it, though, is that they are giving you different levels.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's really nice, because it helps add to how dynamic the pose is. Having his foot up a little bit just gives him a little bit of something extra.
Exactly.
Because we started talking about it while he was in the box, there is one other thing that we have to address. America's ass. I'm going to turn him around. Now, here's the problem, though. That ain't Chris Evans' ass.
It's not Channing Tatum's ass either.
No.
This is more of Steve Buscemi's ass.
Ouch! Dude, no. This is a fit, muscular man. And listen, I'm sure Steve has a nice butt. I mean, that's not something I go looking at. But clearly, this is not the butt of Captain America.
No.
It does not have the nice roundness.
He missed leg day.
I'm really sad about that. He should have been doing his squats. Honestly, this is the one time, if you're going to be creating this kind of pose, this kind of everything, this is the one time you put a little bit of effort into the ass, because that was a strong running choke.
Although, to be fair, he was in tights when that joke was happening. Here, he's in, like, the different type of pants, so...
I don't
Yeah, I'd hide your butt a little bit more, I'd say.
No!
Okay, fine.
No!
You would know better.
There's no bubbling. He needs a little bubble.
All right, fine.
Itty bitty bit of bubble.
So Cap needs his onion. Because we don't want none unless he's got some fun.
Fun.
But other than his butt being a little bit deflated, this Cap is one of the standouts, I think, of the Endgame line from Diamond Select so far.
I will completely agree with you on that. I really like this. I think a lot of time, effort, and love went into this one.
Like, I always feel like Caps can be a little bit plain sometimes because of the nature of the character and what he does.
Yeah.
But really, all around, they've worked out a lot to make this such a dynamic piece.
Yeah, I think this is... Yeah, I agree with you. This is just one of the stronger pieces of the entire line.
So if you're not trying to complete the entire Endgame line, I'd say this is one of the standouts to get on your own.
I agree. And if you're a Cap fan, it's a must.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Even without the shield, I still can give it a thumbs up enough to want to still own this thing. Shield has just been icing on the cake, really. Yeah. So that's our look at Diamond Select's Avengers Endgame Captain America PVC Diorama statue. And I'd give this 5 shields out of 5.
Okay, but as long as it's cap shields and not like shields.
Right, yeah. I'd give it 50 star-spangled banners out of 50. Right?
So you'd basically give him 1 star per state.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, use.
I'd give him all the electoral votes for his booty. So on that
Couldn't
note,
be any worse.
so I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time with some more statue reviews and everything else we do here on Nerd News Today. Bye-bye. You think Cap can fly with the hammer too? He's back.
You're weird.
Boop. Don't kiss Cap.
I don't want to kiss Cap. Look at his teeth.
That's our thumbnail.
That's not our thumbnail.